Hi, welcome to the Fizzix software, how to fly the Fizzix software viewer. What you're looking at here, this is a screen from another tool that uses the same viewer that Fizzix uses. This is actually the tool I developed to help me choose colors. Because one of the problems I had with Fizzix was I was trying to find a color that looked like copper, that had a nice metallic shine to it. And trying to guess what the color parameters are was very, very difficult. And so I developed this tool to basically display an entire array of all the different colors. So what you have are 10 cubes with 10 by 10 by 10 spheres. And so this is like a four-dimensional array. And it's got all the four-dimensional color settings you can have, which is specular, diffuse, ambient, and emissive. All right, we're not going to get into those right now. This is more of how to fly the viewer. So this is the Fizzix Viewer PDF that will be released right along with this video. And this is how to fly the Fizzix Viewer. And the reason why Fizzix has a 3D graphic output is so that you can visually inspect the things you're putting together, because a lot of times when you're putting stuff together, you're going to put the number in wrong or put it in backwards, and it's nice to go out, be able to look at what you put in to make sure it makes sense to what you're visualizing or what you want to actually experiment. And so to open a viewer into the Fizzix universe, simply click the Slim DX button on the upper right-hand corner of the Fizzix main application, and it'll open a viewer into Fizzix. Now, what you have to be careful about is that when that viewer first opens, it's going to open at x equals 0, y equals 0, z equals 0, facing toward negative z. And therefore, that's usually I usually build stuff. So it's usually in the middle of something. So the first thing you want to do is make sure your numlocks key is on, and then hit the number 5 a couple of times, and that'll allow you to back out. Because using the numeric keypad has most of the controls. There's other controls we'll get to. But the 8 key allows you to fly forward. The 5 key allows you to fly backwards. The 7 and 9 keys let you slide left and right. The 4 pans you left. The 1 rolls you left. And I'll explain the difference between pan and roll in a second. Then you have the tilt up, tilt down, pan right, roll right. And then these keys here allow each click to go faster and faster or slower and slower, depending which one you click. And you can hit these multiple times for increased speed or for increased precision. When you go slower, you're going to get increased precision. Now let's go to the video here so you can see what we're talking about. Okay, these are the cubes. And oh, by the way, I can just keep changing these colors. I put a random thing, and it's really cool just to be able to change the colors and stuff. I love this toy. I could play with the colors all day long. Okay, so 4, you see what's happening? I'm hitting 4, I'm panning right, and I'm going to hit that's a 6 is panning right, 4 is pan left. I know you can't see my hand. So that's what you're doing when you pan. You're basically turning right and left. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is then hit the 8 key to go forward, and if I hold it down, it just auto repeats. Okay, and then if I just want to slide left, I hit 7. If I want to slide right, I hit the 9. Okay, then want to roll left or pan left, I hit the 4. Then I can slide. Then if I want to look up, I hit the backslash. And then I can go 5 to back off again. Okay, so let me just show you what these colors mean. The dimensions of the cube, there's another object off the left coming in. Those are for experimental. I forgot how they work. Oh, and then I forgot to show you one motion here. You see you can get it off at an angle. Well, if I hit the 1 key, 1 will rotate me left, or that would be roll left, and the 3 will roll right. Okay, so what do you have, just if you want to understand what's going on here? This cube, just look at 1 cube. Going along in X here, you can see I don't know if you can see the cursor move there. up real close. Okay, you see this little like glint or reflection? That's called your specular light. Okay, and if we go up high, going up increases your diffuse light. The diffuse light is like this little shading, looks like a half moon. Okay, going up increases the amount of diffuse light. And the little glow you see on the back side, like the dark side of the moon, that would be your ambient light. That's the light that's illuminating the back side of this because of what's just flying around. That's called your ambient light. So you have your specular, which is the little glint off the surface from your main source. Then you have the diffuse light, which would be, you know, basically coming from the light source and illuminating your first half. And then you have the ambient light, which illuminates the stuff which would normally be in shade. Okay, down at the bottom here, the ambient and diffuse are pretty much zero. And so all you really have is specular light. And then if we go out along this direction, each cube increases in what's called emissive light. Emissive light would be light that just comes from inside the object. So I'm going to hit the plus key a couple times to speed this up. And so here your balls are actually glowing. This would be like, you know, white hot or pink hot in this case. I'm going to hit the random again and see what we get. Oh, that's kind of cool. Ooh, that's cool. Yeah, well, here the orbs are so much diffuse light you really can't see. It's harder to see the specular. I got to click on this. You know, so it's you see, because there's so much light coming from the object, it actually more looks like a pearl over here than if we go around and fly this way. Okay, so you get the idea of flying around. Now here's some more keys. Okay, there's also the arrow keys. The arrow keys, unshifted, just allow you to do the same forward, back, left, and right that the numeric keypad. If you do the shift, you get up and down. That gives you up and down. Let me show you up and down. If I go shift down, I got to remember to click it. Oh, I'm sorry. It's control now, not shift down. That's a typo. Let me just back off so you can see what I'm doing. So if I go control up arrow, you see how I'm panning up? If I go control down arrow, so I just go up and down. And that's, you know, that's the complement to 4, which is, oops, I'm not, sorry, not 4, 7, which is left, and 9, which is right, and 5, which is back, and 8, which is forward. I mean, once you get the hang of it, it's not a big deal. Okay, the next set of keys are storing camera locations. Thank you very much, Mr. Phillip. The F keys, if I hit Shift F1, I'm just stored this camera location. And then if I go and fly somewhere else, if I want to get back there, I just hit F1 and I'm back there again. And you can store up to 10, F1, F10, F presets. If you want to have the application display you what the camera location is, you hit the key P, and it gives you a stupid dialog box, which is not very well constructed, but it's there. Okay, and what's the other one? Oh, then there's sequence. I'm not going to get into that now. That's basically the demonstration of how to fly the Fizzix Viewer around. I hope it was enjoyable, and oh, he brought me a mouse. He brought me a toy mouse. He's got a little toy mouse. He brought me a toy mouse. He's such a cutie. Thank you. Oh, what a nice present. I'm going to throw it and you're going to bring it back again, buddy. Go get it. Okay, thank you very much, and see you later.